using some new streaming software today, so let's see if we're live. I'm keeping an eye on the stream. If you see me, please pop into the chat. Tell me I'm here. Drop a comment. Let me know if you see us live. I can see the stream starting over here on my end. So here we go, everybody. Welcome. Let me pop out this little window. I've got too many things going on. Welcome. I'm Ryan Robinson. I'm one of the co-founders here at Right Blogger. And today I'm super excited to be showing you my process for brainstorming AI lead magnet ideas. We're going to be using Right Blogger's Tool Studio to do this. So as people are joining the stream, they are coming to the party. I would love to see y'all log into Right Blogger if you haven't already, because I want you to follow along. If you've got the time, if you're here, you carved it out to be with us today, please log into Right Blogger. A free account is all you need to be able to build lead magnets alongside me during our live class today. So, welcome. As y'all get set up, join Right Blogger or create your free account, log into your free account. I'm going to ask you to tell me where you're tuning in from. Tony, I see you in Cornwall, England. What's up? Welcome. Steve, I see Steve in the chat. This is a familiar face. Welcome, Steve. Great to have you here, man. We've got Faye Margaret from Santa Rosa. Welcome, Faye. This is awesome. We're seeing people from all over the world already. Love it. Yelena in Maryland. Welcome, Yelena. Stan, I see you in Toronto. Welcome, my friend. I'm really stoked to have you guys here. We're going to allow for a couple minutes for more people to join the stream. We've got some emails still sending out, and so I know a few people are going to be popping in late, but we will get started here just in a second. I see Olivia down in South Florida. I know that image when I see it. What's up, Olivia and Sean? Jessica in Dallas. Welcome, Jessica. Thank you for joining. This is so much fun, guys. I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy days to join me. And I want to make this class really fun, very interactive. That's the goal. I'm not here to just talk the whole time by myself. I want to hear from you guys in the chat. So, we're going to be talking about how to build AI lead magnets. I'm going to show you my process, and we're going to be focusing the majority of our conversation today on how to come up with the right idea. What does the right idea for an AI lead magnet even look like? It's something that, number one, is going to drive traffic to your website. That's the first and foremost, the biggest thing we're going to be looking at here today is how to create lead magnets that align with a specific thing that you solve for your readers, your audience, the people you want to attract to your website, you want to build relationships with, you want to become your customers eventually, somehow, some way. You don't have to have it all figured out, but you need to know who you want to help and why. That's kind of our necessary foundation here. I'm going to say hey to, we got Janine from Georgia. What's up, Janine? We got Ruth in Florida. Thank you both for joining. I'm loving this, guys. Steve, New Orleans. Hell yeah. So, as more of y'all join, please pop into the chat. Tell me where you're watching from. I want to hear. And back to our topic of discussion today, we're going to be walking through creating AI lead magnets that are designed to bring traffic to your website. Now, that can mean a lot of different things, but what it means to me is we want to find the overlap of a problem you're solving for your audience, the people you want to build relationships with, or the audience you want to attract, and with what there is real, meaningful search demand for. So things people are searching for on the major search engines or even in ChatGPT, AI tools, for help, for solutions with. And we'll be showing you here on this class today too, how to go about building those AI lead magnets using Right Blogger's Tool Studio. So as I was saying before we hopped into an overview of today's class, if you haven't yet, go ahead and make a free Right Blogger account or log in if you already have one. That way you can follow along with us and you can build a tool in Tool Studio applying what you know. We got Andy in the chat. Andy's my co-founder here at Right Blogger. He's in St. Louis. He says, "Sorry, I couldn't be in this one. I know Ryan will crush it. We'll see. We'll see. The verdict's out. It's early, but we're gonna have fun. That I can promise you." So, all right, y'all. I want to go ahead and get started. We're gonna share my screen, and then I want to start taking some ideas and suggestions from you. So here's how it's gonna work today. During this live stream, I want you to chime in the chat to give me either your website URL or to tell me what it is you do in the chat. Examples could be marketing agency for law firms. You could be a mom blogger that focuses on crafting and sewing kits. Really broad here, but I want you to tell me what exactly it is you do in the chat, or you can share your website URL and I'll pop it up. We'll share it on the screen. We're going to be doing brainstorming together. And I've got some examples here that I want to walk through. Let me get my screen popping here. And I would love to really make this the most meaningful session that we can to get some real examples from you guys. And we've got my screen here. Um, I've got a few Right Blogger users, a few readers of my blog already who emailed with suggestions, their websites. Hey, Ryan, how do I make a tool for my yoga marketing website? How do I make a tool for my mom blog that teaches crafting related topics? I have an SEO consultant lined up that wants some advice on how to build a tool. I even have a marriage and family therapist who reached out and said, "Hey, Ryan, what are some tool ideas I can make?" So we'll be going through some examples today, but I want to hear yours too. And Jessica, thank you for popping into the comments. We've got marketing agency and also equine marketing. Okay, cool. I love specific. Give me the more specific, the better. I love it. Um, Steve, we've got guitar blogger. Yes, indeed. String Shock, Steve's guitar blog. Love to see it, guys. So anytime you want to pop into the comments and share your niche, what it is you do, and who it's for, I would love to pull up some examples and do some of this together. So without further ado, let's pop in here. I'm going to log into Right Blogger, and this is the main tools menu. If you haven't yet taken Tool Studio for a spin, you can always find it over here in the sidebar menu in the left-hand side. Or when you want to find anything inside Right Blogger, we have a lot of tools, 87. I know there's a lot of valuable stuff in here. You can always search tools up here. So you can just type in Tool Studio and you'll be able to go straight to Tool Studio. Now, since we're here in my Tool Studio account, this is a behind the scenes glimpse of all of the tools that I've made using Tool Studio. And a lot of these are from customer calls I've done. So I want to take a quick second to give you some examples. Today, we're brainstorming ideas, right? And I want to show you some of the ideas that I've already created. And you can see right here at first, this one is so meta. It's an AI tool idea generator tool. It's a tool that helps you come up with tool ideas. So I'll be showing you that one here in a little bit because I want to show it as a useful tool for you guys to use anytime. But we've got stuff for writing coaches, an identity statement generator that helps someone find the right words to describe themselves. That was a really good one from a customer call earlier this week. We've got a pickup truck modification suggestion tool that takes the make and the model and the year of your car and what do you want to do to it, sort of. And then it gives you a list of some modification suggestions. This was for a customer of ours that has a truck modification shop in Thailand, actually. Fascinating website. But they're doing really cool stuff. And this is a tool that's designed to help them generate leads for their local business. So, giving you guys here an idea of how people are using these lead magnets already. Seasonal cocktail ideas. This is a great tool for anyone who has a food related blog, maybe lifestyle, home goods, things like that. If you're talking about stuff related to food, beverages, this is a pretty good one. And I'll show you here. Let's just check it out. Um, can't hurt to look at these tools, right? This over here on the right-hand side is a preview of what the tool is going to look like when you embed it. You can always hit this little pop-out button and you're going to get the full screen preview of what this tool looks like. Okay, I see in the comments you guys are adding so many good suggestions. We're going to get to them here shortly after we run through my examples, and then we'll have time for as much Q&A back and forth as possible. So thank you. But Bridget, I see you. Fractional CMO game. I love it. Janine, spiritual coach for healers and light workers. Yes, there's so much good stuff. Thank you guys. But back here on this tool example, this is such an awesome tool. This could be applied in many different ways. You can make a lot of tweaks to it, but let's say that you're planning a Halloween party and you want to come up with cocktails that lead with tequila and you want to avoid nuts just for the sake of being a good party host, of course, and preferred flavor notes. Let's say you want something herbal. This tool, again, is an example of something that you could embed on your website as a lead magnet. And we're making it here using Right Bloggers Tool Studio. And in the detailed setting, okay, so this is pretty great. It's giving the entire recipe and suggestions, the steps on how to actually make this. I love this. Witch's Garden Margarita. It might have even come up with that name. I don't think I've ever heard of that. Herbal Harvest Paloma, Black Magic Thyme, autumnal cactus cooler. Nice. This is pretty great. I love this tool idea. Please feel free, by the way, if you see any tool ideas that inspire you guys today, that's why we're here. Take an idea, run with it, make it your own always. But these are the types of things that I see working really well already. So this was just one example. Great for a food beverage related blog here. And let's pop back to Tool Studio, do a quick scroll before we take a deep dive and walk through the process of coming up with good tool ideas. I have an Easter sewing gift idea tool here. We've got a retirement location picker lead magnet that allows people to enter their zip code, their desired climate, the things they want out of retirement, the pace of life, the level of activity, and it's going to suggest a really cool series of locations around the US or around the world, around whichever region you want to retire to, that you should consider. So here we go. Olivia, yes, you could use one of those cocktails right now. Why not? I could too, actually. Not a bad idea, guys. About me page for therapists. This would be if you, let's say, you run a marketing agency and you want to work primarily with therapists. If that's your target customer, perhaps an about me page generator that helps a therapist come up with the right words for their about me page. This is not a beer, by the way. This is a Topo Chico Lime. Love these things. Easter craft idea generator. This is another really fun one thematically. You know, Easter was last weekend here. And this helps people with like a crafting blog offer interactive tools to their audience as well. Dialogue generator. This was for an animator customer of ours that wanted to have a really easy tool to use for coming up with back and forth dialogue between characters. Blog headline optimizer. This is something that'd be great for, say, an SEO consultant, a marketing agency, storytelling framework selector, cruise line selector. This gets pretty nuts. And then let's cap this off here. Yosemite Day Hiking Planner. I want to show you this tool where it's embedded over on my hiking blog. This is my hiking blog, hikewithryan.com. You can check this tool out. This is just my Yosemite hike planner tool. I made this really quickly just one day, thinking, hey, you know, this is something that I would have loved to have before my first time visiting this national park. And lo and behold, I did some keyword research, which we're going to show the process here in a moment. And I identified, hey, this is actually something that people are searching for, and nothing was meeting its needs in the search engine result pages as far as an interactive tool that's going to give personalized recommendations. So let's just fill this out real quick. I want to view wildlife. I've got 6 to 8 hours. I'm intermediate. I'm going to have 3 people with me, and I want to avoid crowds. Is very basic, but I want to just create a quick agenda here, and you can get an idea for how useful these kinds of tools are. Now, as you can see here, I've got a call to action here that points people over to Right Blogger. Those of my audience here that may run a website of their own and want to make embeddable tools like this, I'm promoting Right Blogger. But what I would do if I were you, if you ran a hiking blog and this was your tool, right here, you would want to promote, say, a hiking guide, or you would add the option for an email list join call to action. If we go edit this tool behind the scenes here, under the call to action, you can see we've got a lot of options for customizing what your call to action is here. You could swap it from custom text to just being an email capture. And if you did email capture, you'd be able to collect the email address of anyone who uses this tool and is displayed that call to action. Now, something we'd love to hear from you, because we're still working on a lot of changes, updates, improvements to Tool Studio, is if you'd like to see the option for gating the response to these tools with an email sign up. So, in order to display the results, you have to enter your email address first. Or maybe you get to use the tool once without signing up with your email address, and then you have to sign up with your email to use it a second time or to use it more than once. So, we'd love to hear from you in the comments if you've used this feature already, if you have some tools already embedded on your website, anything else you'd like to see out of this, especially with this email call to action piece. But this is a pretty solid agenda I've got here, just as a quick example, walks through a potential idea for how I could approach my time in Yosemite. Now, what's so cool about these embeddable tools is that it took me 5 minutes tops to make this tool. And when I go to Google, I'm going to type in Yosemite hike planner, and we're going to see that we've got the National Park Service up top, as they should be. And then we've got yosemite.com, a website that's been around for decades since the internet was brand new. And then, boom, my blog, this relatively small hiking blog that, to be honest with you, I have not published on new content in a couple of years. I've been busy, y'all, but I wanted to just show you the power of these tools. This site of mine does not have high domain authority. It does not have a ton of content. It's, for all intents and purposes, a relatively new blog. And you can get traction by choosing the right niches. And then people who come and use this tool are going to be displayed in time. They're going to be displayed call to action to join my email list. This would be a really high value lead for someone that I want to build relationships with as the blogger behind this site. And when you're thinking of ideas for tools, let's dive into how to come up with the right ideas now. And then we'll show off some more examples. The first thing that I want to show you guys is the easy way. Let's do the easy things first. If you're not sure what the right lead magnet idea is for you, come over to ryrob.com/tools, and you're going to want to find the tool idea generator on that page. I'll show you where it is here. We'll scroll down to the content marketing section, and then right here, tool idea generator. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to brainstorm potential lead magnet ideas. We just call them tools since that's what Tool Studio is. Synonymous terms here. Lead magnets, same thing. Now, if I were running a, let's say, yoga blog, you could also include the link to your website, like right blogger user Elena Petrunina. She reached out to me and said, "Hey, Ryan, I'm a yoga marketing coach. What are some ideas for tools for lead magnets that I could make?" And so let's use Elena as an example here. Now, I'm going to say yoga marketing since that's her niche. And then I see y'all in the comments. Please keep them coming. We're going to get to your examples here too. Um, but let's generate some ideas using this tool. Now, if you have an idea already, if you know some particular problems that your audience has, regular challenges that come up, things that you do in coaching calls, things that align with your service offering or with courses, with products you sell, those are pretty much always going to be guaranteed banger ideas. So Think about the stuff that is no-brainer stuff already, and then when you run out of potential ideas or you wanna kind of gut check it, then you can use tools like this. And we've got, I think, 10 ideas here, pretty solid. Yoga class title generator, not bad, that's pretty simple, but I find that simple is usually really good for embeddable lead magnets like this. A lot of people want to come up with fun, interesting ideas for their yoga classes, and they don't like to use the same class name over and over again. So, something that's a creative name generator for a class, not a bad idea. Social media caption creator, that's okay. Yoga email newsletter snippet, yoga blog post, tagline and slogan creator, yoga event description writer. Now we're talking. This one to me is pretty useful where someone could come and just put in a few words about what it is their event is. Also, Elena, I know you have a website that's all about yoga events in Italy. So this would probably be right up your alley, an event description writer tool. This would be my pick from these ones that were created here. And the fun thing about this tool is that if you don't like these suggestions, just click generate ideas again. You'll get a fresh new crop of them. But let's pick this one here, yoga event description writer. I'm just going to go ahead and copy this one. And I want to work this through the process with y'all of creating the actual tool itself. But before we make the tool, let's make sure that people are searching for this. There's nothing worse than spending your time making a tool that nobody's asking for. So, when you're not super sure if the tool idea you have actually aligns with a real demand, with a need that people have, come over to the keyword research tool inside Right Blogger and type it in here, yoga event description. uh, I'm just going to say generator here. Well, let's keep it simple. Yoga event description. And then let's see what the keyword research tool suggests here. I'm doing this all on the fly, by the way. I did not prepare in advance with this ideas. We're going to see how this live demo goes. All right, we're thinking. Keyword data, I swear it's always slower on a live stream than it is when I'm on customer call or when I'm out by myself. Here we go. All right, we've got quite a lot of stuff here. Yoga event description, chair yoga class description. Okay, there's a lot of low volume stuff here, which is really interesting. And this brings up a really helpful point that I want to highlight on keyword research. So, any keyword research tool you use, even the ones that cost $100 a month or more, use it as an estimate. Never take the numbers, the monthly search volume here in this column, never take this verbatim. This is pretty much never going to be exactly right. There's no chance in hell that exactly 10 people a month are searching for this. But what these tools do is they're analyzing very large data sets and they're coming up with averages. So on average, probably somewhere around 10-ish people a month are searching for this exact keyword phrase. But as you know, with Google searches, the intent is what really matters here. So there could be dozens of searches related to yoga event description. People could be typing in yoga event description writer, yoga event description generator, lots of things related to this topic. And the same or similar results are going to be appearing. So this can be deceptive. This could leave you thinking, oh, this isn't worth making a tool about because only 10 people a month are searching for it, but not true. Keyword tools are also notorious for underestimating the amount of activity going on each month. I say this as someone who owns a couple of keyword tools. This is what I see, and this has been my experience. So, all you really want to do with keyword research is just make sure that yes, there are real people searching for it. And you probably want to choose competition levels that are somewhere in low to medium. The lower, the easier it's going to be to rank in Google search results for this particular term. And again, this is also an estimate. Cost per click value, it's nice to see a cost per click value here. When you see cost per click values, that pretty much guarantees that people who are running ads on this term are monetizing the traffic that they're bringing to their websites. So that's kind of a hint, a clue that, okay, this traffic is worth something. But let's say we like this. We just wanted to see, okay, real people are indeed searching for this. So I'm going to run with this yoga event description writer tool idea for Elena. Now, when I'm ready to make the lead magnet itself, I'll come over to Tool Studio and I'm going to hit this add new tool button. Now, if Elena was logged in, if we were looking at her screen, we would see some personalized suggestions right here for potential tools to build. That's because our AI behind the scenes in WriteBlogger is already analyzing and understanding the things that you like to create content about inside your account. And it's going to suggest really interesting, actionable tool ideas right here. If you like one of these ideas, just hit the use idea button and it's going to bring it over to this little editor window. You can make some tweaks and whatnot. There's nothing that is required to follow along with. It's just a suggestion. But if you want to see a new example, you can hit generate new example, and you're going to get a new example right here for a potential tool that you could make. And if you like it, just hit the use idea button. It'll bring it back over here into the editor pane. But let's just paste in the idea we got just a couple of moments ago, yoga event description writer. So I'm going to rephrase this here. I'm going to say create a yoga event description writer tool that allows users to submit event details about their yoga class or event and get polished descriptions ready for websites or event listings. Take into account important factors like event duration, location, and let's say style of event and more. You don't need to know everything about the vision you have for this tool. The fun thing about the way we've built Tool Studio, let's click Create Tool, is that we want to just give a basic rough idea of what we hope for the tool to kind of do. And then AI behind the scenes is going to create the first draft version of that tool for you. It does all of the hard parts. And as we can see here, just 10 seconds, 20 seconds later, we've got our first draft for the tool right here. Now, let's run through what exactly all of this is. I'll show you how to get the most out of all these options. And then when we wrap that portion up, we're going to do brainstorming together. So we got plenty of time here, y'all. And again, as I said, please pop into the chat. Drop your business, your website, what it is you do, the niche you're in, the people you help, and we'll get to you. I'll even hang out for as long as we need to do everyone who leaves a comment. So here we've got over on the right hand side a preview of what the tool looks like, and I'm seeing some pretty useful stuff here. We've got event title field. Now this kind of tells me, ooh, maybe a tool that comes up with a yoga event title name would be a good idea. That kind of sparked a new idea for me. So as you can see, ideas will come as you get into this process too, but this is looking pretty solid. Yoga style, vinyasa, hatha, yin, restorative, power, kundalini, other. Let's say, for example, that this missed a style. I'm not sure if it did or not, but if you wanted to add a style or remove a style or customize anything about how these fields are looking or which fields are even included here, just hit the fields button here and you can click on the little gear button. You can move things around, drag and drop, reorder stuff. But if you want to hit the gear, you can see right here under the drop down options, here's where all the different types of yoga are. You can add some, you can remove some, you can add a description, you can make this required or not. You have tons of options, like so much. You could spend a long time playing with all the personalized details about this tool. And that's the intention. We want you to have fun with it. But over here in the overview, I'll just show you a few options and then we'll move on to doing some more brainstorming, some more ideation work together, guys. Here's what the tool looks like when you include the heading and the description here in the embeddable tool widget. If we pop this out, we get to see what it looks like more full screen when you embed it onto a blog. And again, here's an example of how it looks here over on my hiking blog. Here's an example of how an embeddable tool can look over on my personal blog. So as you can see, there's a lot of options. And we've also got a lot of design options. Over here on the display tab, you can customize the colors. You can make it um, light mode, dark mode, transparent versions based on the themes, the colors, the branding of your site. And we're probably going to add, especially if people ask for it, we're probably going to add the option to have a color picker. That way you can choose a color based on your hex code to match your brand, your logo colors perfectly. So if you want to see that, definitely let us know. You can leave a comment. You can pop into the Right Blogger Discord. Rightblogger.com/Discord is where you can join our private community for anyone who's here can join and give us that kind of feedback. So keep having fun with this. You've got a lot of options, seriously, infinite options. Go nuts. This right here, the prompt field, you can see this is super lengthy. This is the prompt behind the scenes. So when you make these lead magnets, they're AI powered. This is the instructions that you're giving to the AI every single time someone uses this tool. So it takes all of their personalized inputs, combines it with the prompt, and then delivers a totally unique output every single time. That's part of what makes AI lead magnets so special is that someone gets a fully personalized answer. It's pretty awesome. And you're helping them get better results by focusing it, the tool, the lead magnet, focusing it around solving a very particular need for them. And a response that's this detailed, powered by prompts that are very well curated, are going to be much more useful than just typing in ChatGPT, describe this yoga event for me, right? Tools, AI tools especially, function with a lot of inputs. They function much better when you give it more information. So the more you give it, the better it's gonna get. Now, couple quick things. If you want to edit this prompt and kind of start over, just hit this little chat bubble at the bottom and you can see the original prompt we've got here. You can update the prompt. It's going to take a fresh pass at this tool. So you're not locked in on this. You can always make edits. Now, real quick, let's run through some of these options. I'm going to show you just what the email capture option looks like. And we're working on the ability to super customize all of the details of what the email capture looks like. And again, I said earlier, we're going to work on the option to, if you submit a tool request, if someone on your site uses a tool, they hit generate, they hit submit, whatever it is, we want to offer you the option using Tool Studio to say, hey, they need to enter their email address before we display the results. Or, hey, let everyone have one for free. And then if they use it again, ask them for their email address. So that's something we're working on. You've got options. You can do a custom text one if you want to just have that more button style call to action, like we saw over here on my hiking blog. This is one that you can make. But let's just say email capture and sunrise. We'll show you what this looks like. Sunrise vinyasa, 75 minutes. Let's see. Let's say Shefa yoga in Venice. And then highlights gentle flow for all ages. There we go. Now, when we generate the description, we're going to see that call to action show up first for entering your email address. There we go. And we've got a pretty quick, easy description. And as the user, I could just hit the copy button and it's going to copy this description to my clipboard. So as you can see, this is pretty awesome. If you run an event, a yoga event, yoga marketing website, this is a pretty useful tool to offer people. And it also maps to a real SEO need, which we're going to get into now. Remember, we did the keyword research. We verified, yes, people are searching for this. Now, the embed code tab is where you're going to grab the actual code that you're going to copy and paste into your website. We have a full tutorial on how to do all of this right here in this video below all of the options on Tool Studio. So if you want to see a more detailed walkthrough of how to do that, you can check that out right there. But I want to show you primarily here under the Page Content tab. Now, if you notice something about all of the tool pages that I've ever made for Write Blogger, for ryrob.com, my blog, for my hiking blog, there's a lot of content on the page. Let's just refresh this so we get a new version of both these pages. I have a nice little hero section up top. That's the header. This is the H1, the primary header for this page. And this is what is designed to show up in Google search results. This mirrors the meta title that I have for this. And as you can see here inside Tool Studio, we generate all of these SEO content pieces for you because we want to make this super easy to get your tool actually ranking in Google search results and perhaps in featured snippets, perhaps featured as one of the options, a source in the AI LLMs like ChatGPT and whatnot. So when you have tools that are on your website, they're indexed, they're ranking in Google, that also increases your ability to rank in the LLMs in ChatGPT, to be cited as a tool source. And yes, you can get traffic from ChatGPT. Here's the meta title. You can copy this. This is actually pretty dang good. I'm probably not making any changes to this whatsoever. Yoga event description AI tool, maybe yoga event description writer tool. Free. I like freeze in here. Instantly write event copy. That's a pretty good title. Not many changes to make. Kurt asked, what is the website I'm using? Um, if you're talking about this here where we build the tools, this is Write Blogger. This is our Tool Studio feature inside Write Blogger. You can make a free account, play with all these tools. You will need a pro plan or paid subscription, $29 a month, in order to activate the embed codes and actually embed these tools on your site. But it's fully featured for you to play around with. If that's not what you're talking about, Kurt, please leave me another comment and I'll answer your question. Meta description. This is the meta description for the tool that we generate. And then we have an entire landing page draft for you here. This is the SEO rich content here that is below the tool on all of the tools I've made. I've got images here. And then this is my landing page. I use the landing page generator from Tool Studio to just copy and paste and make some quick tweaks, add some of my own personal images in there, and then boom, in about 5 to 10 minutes, I have all the ingredients for a successful lead magnet landing page that's designed to drive traffic from SEO as well. That's the header, that's the tool, and then a landing page. All of those right here generated for you inside Tool Studio. This is a pretty solid one. 544 words. I would treat this as a first draft, especially you, Elena, when you're watching, when you're catching up here. This is a first draft of your landing page. Now, you can tune this up. Make sure it's in your own voice, your style, your tone. If you've created a my tone inside Write Blogger, where you have the opportunity to personalize the AI that we run behind the scenes here so that it's writing in your voice, in your style, in your tone, based on articles you've uploaded or YouTube videos you've uploaded, then you're gonna get copy that's gonna sound a lot more like you here. So take advantage of all these features as much as you can. I see another comment. Will this be available to watch later? Yes, it will. You'll be able to check out the recording. It should be up 15, 20 minutes right here at this link by time we finish. So we've got all of the elements here for a successful tool page. Now I want to jam with y'all. We've got at least 20 minutes of hangout time here. And I want to hang out for as long as y'all are here and you want some tool ideas. But I'm going to keep my screen up. And now we're going to run through some real live examples. I'll get to more of these examples that I pulled up here if we've got the time for it. But I want to pop over into the chat and I'll offer this up again for anyone who joined late. Please pop into the chat if you want some tool ideas. My whole reason for doing this stream today is that I want to help you guys come up with some good ideas for tools for your websites. So pop into the comments, tell me what it is you do and who your target audience is. That's the really important thing is what you do and who you do it for. Those are the really key factors, and then we'll walk through some activities here together. But I want to start with the first one we got here. We've got Steve says, whoops. Hey Steve is what we've got on the screen right now. We're going to hide that one. Steve said guitar blogger. So Steve runs a guitar blog. I happen to know it because he's a friend of mine, and it's called String Shock. Um, so shout out to Steve. Here we go. Anyone who wants some guitar advice, Steve's the man. He's been playing for decades. He's very, very good at what he does. So shout out, Steve. Steve wants some ideas on tools that he could make that are going to be for people learning guitar. So what I would do is first and foremost, Steve, think about who your ideal audience is. I'm going to assume guitar beginners, right? Rock guitar for beginners is one of the top headlines I see here. Now, if I'm still not 100% sure, let's grab your site's URL. We'll have a little fun here together. If I'm still not 100% sure, because hey, I'm not a guitar player myself. This isn't my home base. But what I want to do is I want to say guitar for beginners as the tool topic. This is over here. This is my tool idea generator. You could call it a lead magnet idea generator. Same, same. And I want to paste in the link to Steve's website here too. Let's generate some ideas using this tool. And then again, once you have some raw ideas, there's no such thing as a bad idea, by the way. Once you have raw ideas, then you want to gut check it with doing some keyword research. Make sure that, hey, I'm not crazy. Other people are searching for help here too. Now, I happen to know some inside baseball about Steve. He was playing with I think he was playing with a chord progression generator at some point in time that he already made inside Tool Studio. Beginner song lyrics to chord. Oh, that's fun. Guitar practice routine builder, simple guitar riff creator, guitar scale helper, common guitar mistakes fixer, describing a problem, and the tool offers beginner friendly solutions. That's pretty interesting to me. I'm thinking there's probably a lot of potential gold in here that we just found. So Steve, I'm going to turn it over to you to play with some of these ideas right here. This again isn't my super area of expertise, so I don't want to zoom in and build out one of these tools without knowing where it's going to go. But as to give you some guidelines, as you guys are making tools, especially using Tool Studio here inside Right Blogger, tools that create text-based outputs. Think idea generators, think things that help people to write, things that come up with suggestions, things that take personal inputs and combine them together to make something new and unique are going to be really easy, low hanging fruit. We've got like a gear checklist for my hiking blog, journal prompts, sleepover activity ideas, mindset book recommendations, Toronto trip planner. These are all just various random ideas here. Now, let's come back to we've got, ooh, here we go. Jessica owns a marketing agency. Oh my gosh, I can see so many of y'all are adding comments. Thank you. This is awesome. You're going to make this a lot of fun for us. So, marketing agency and also equine marketing. Okay. I'm going to play ignorant here and not even know what equine marketing means. I thought equine was related to horses, but I'm not 100% sure. It is. Okay, thank God. All right. Encompasses strategy and tactics to promote businesses within the horse industry. I love this. This is a really particular niche. So Jessica is a marketing agency related to equine marketing. Now that's super interesting. Um, I don't know what your website is, but I'm guessing a lot of this is social media management for horse related either brands or maybe people that even own horses and are promoting their horses. I'm not 100% sure on that, but brands in the equine space, let's say. Now, I would think that something like a social media content generator. Let's just start using this tool here from the beginning. Equine marketing and see what it suggests. When you're not 100% sure, lean on the tools to help you out. But I would be thinking in terms of like maybe a social media calendar generator, maybe something like an Instagram caption generator for equine brands. That's like this is really particular niche. Horse care blog post idea creator, equine newsletter intro writer. Gosh, equestrian event promo texture. Okay, so now I'm getting a more clear idea here, and I see a bunch more chats. So I'm thinking, Jessica, yeah, you got it. Horses. There we go. Cool. So I would say with this one, some the things that are most interesting to me. I mean, horse trainer bio builder. That's actually kind of interesting. I think the event one, equestrian event promo text generator, like equestrian event description generator could be interesting. Um, a queen advertising slogan creator. That's also super fun. Enter a product or service focus. Get a list of catchy short slogan ideas for ads or branding. Okay, there's some fun stuff in here. This is interesting. I'm not 100% sure just how useful these particular suggestions will be. You can see like just how nuanced this stuff is, but once you see an idea that maybe jumps out at you, then just do some quick keyword research, verify that other people are actually searching for help related to the topic, and you're going to be good to go. Let's get back on track here. So I saw Janine. Janine is a spiritual coach for healers and light workers. This is a really good one. I like this a lot. Um, this could go in a lot of different directions too. And so again, I'm going to turn to the tools to help us out here. Spiritual, whoops, if I can spell today. Spiritual coach for healers and light workers. Now, where my mind goes immediately would be something like maybe a human design map interpreter or something like that. I mean, you could even probably come up with a tool using Tool Studio that's like a human design map generator. I don't know how that would work, but I would recommend taking it for a spin, trying it out. But even just like a description of your human design map could be pretty interesting. But let's generate ideas here and see if we get something specific that can help you out based on this as well. Daily spirit message generator. That's kind of fun. Healing affirmation creator. Ooh, I like this. This one might be my favorite. Guided meditation script builder. So I'm thinking, Janine, that you probably have a lot of customers, clients who take their clients, because you're coaching coaches, they take their clients on a lot of guided journeys, would be my guess. So something that can alleviate that burden for them, basically make something in their business easier, is a really good way to think about what an AI lead magnet could do for your people. So I like this one a lot. Guided meditation script builder. This is the one that I would run with personally. But again, journal prompts, these are another really good one because people are always searching for journal prompts online or they're asking ChatGPT for them. And so if you create an AI tool that generates personalized ones based on custom inputs you put in, that's a nice win-win too. Spiritual goal setting helper. Wow. There's some big stuff here. Light worker purpose reminder. Ooh, I love this. All right. That's a lot of good stuff there. Let's keep rolling here. Bridget, I'm a fractional CEO. I need to attract mid-sized companies that want to professionalize their marketing to grow. Okay. Fractional CEO, attract mid-sized companies. I'm curious what exactly, like you say, mid-sized companies, do you have a specific niche? Are we talking about B2B SaaS startups? Are we talking about mid-sized law firms? Are we talking about flooring companies in Oklahoma? I like to be very specific. So the more clearly defined your target audience, the better you'll be able to create useful tools and lead magnets for them. I like to think audience first, just a little more than, say, what my service offering is. Think in terms of your customer. What is it that you can do that'll help them get something actionable that they can apply in their life or in their business? That's the lens to kind of think through here. But to give you just kind of a quick idea, Bridget, I'd be thinking about what problems you solve for your customers most often. Look at the kinds of challenges that come up. Fractional CMO work, marketing leadership is a really broad topic. This could go in the direction of tools that help people with, writing campaigns for paid ads. A meta ads copy generator tool could be one example. You could even get as specific as like content marketing tools. And some examples of that could be like blog post idea generators. And if you have a specific niche, a slice of type of customer you like to work with, it could be something like financial planning, blog idea generator, about me page generator for financial planners, right? Take some workload off the shoulders of who your ideal customers are. Let's keep rolling here. We've got a question from Jen. I work with women owned micro businesses who feel stuck, overwhelmed, and have hit a wall. We work through the issues around the stuck and create action steps and a strategic growth plan to implement. Okay, women owned micro businesses. That's pretty good. I like that. Are there any types of businesses? Like, what are these women doing? Are there any themes? Some stuff that consistently shows up? Like, do you find that these women are making physical products? Are they service offerings? What types of services do they offer? These are the things that would help you and help me come up with some tool ideas, some lead magnet ideas that are a bit more specific, a bit more curated to a really clear type of person and problems that you're solving for them. But getting unstuck is a nice hook. Like we can work with that too. So let's just do this as an example. Um, get unstuck in my business. Let's just see what this does. I'm not 100% sure. And again, you can find this tool. You can use it as much as you want. ryrob.com/tools. It's under the content marketing section, the tool idea generator. So this is kind of fun. Business blockbuster. I like that it's coming up with fun ideas here. Uses users enter a business challenge they're having, and the tool generates quick action steps to overcome it. Damn, that's awesome. Okay, so a tool that like I don't know about this name. This is a fun name, but it's not an SEO name. So you could have this name on the tool itself, but as far as like the meta title, the SEO title for the page, how you optimize it, what you optimize it to rank for, I'd be thinking much more in terms of like business challenge navigator tool, or I don't know, spend some time thinking about that. What exactly you would call it, but I think conceptually, this is sick. Now, all you need to do is map this to a specific keyword phrase that people are searching for. Unstuck my business. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank without doing spending a lot of time in the research stage here myself on this, but turn to the keyword research tool, or if you have a gut reaction that's bubbling up right now as you're listening here, see what you can do with this concept and map it to a specific thing that people are searching for. And if you want some inspiration for what those words could be, what people are searching for, ask your audience, ask your customers, your clients, people that have already come to you expressing their challenges. See what kinds of words they're using. But since this is your niche, your business, you might already have the words here. So I'm going to turn that one over to you because I think this is a really, really good one. And let's keep it rolling, guys. I want to get through everyone's requests here, and I'll hang out for as long as we need to. Um, let's see. Okay, we've got Lizzie. I just did this with my niche for creating supportive books. This is amazing. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Lizzie. Very cool. We love to see it. I just did this with my niche for creating supportive books. Cool. Ooh, we've got Yelena. This was a really good one. Vegetable planting dates for Central Maryland. Okay, Yelena, you nailed it. You hit the freaking Yahtzee here so well. This is so specific. Vegetable planting dates for Central Maryland. Now, since this one is so specific, let's just do this real quick together. Create a tool that helps people with home gardens figure out when to plant their vegetables based on vegetables in Central Maryland. Super specific. I love it. Um, Based on factors like season of the year, preferences, and other important considerations. So again, you don't need to know everything that you want a tool to do. You just need to give it a rough idea here inside Tool Studio. And the AI behind the scenes is going to already do the first draft version. It's going to make a bunch of decisions that it thinks the tool should have, and then you get to make some edits here. We've got Vinyasa as a placeholder. That's a funny glitch based on the last tool I just did, but it's going to clear it up here. Gosh, that's so funny. Let's just refresh and it'll clear it up. It was suggesting a yoga as a season. AI, sometimes it listens, sometimes it doesn't. But as we can see here, this is pretty dang good. Raised bed container, I mean, frost tolerance even. I didn't even think of that, but for the Northeast, that makes total sense to me. Get planting dates is even the call to action. This is awesome. Yelena, I think this is a no-brainer. Go with it, run with it. I think you can come up with some more ideas for tools that are going to be helpful to your people here as well. So let's come back to our chat. All right. Cool, cool. Thank you guys. You guys are so awesome. I really appreciate this. So many lovely comments. This is so helpful. You guys are making this session amazing. Um, let's see. Lizzie, my kitchen ceiling caved in today and I missed a chunk of this. Oh my God. I hope you can still use your kitchen and I hope that gets fixed soon. That sounds less than exciting. I'm catching up on the comments here, so I see a bunch from y'all. Jessica, I was trying to get the tool studio to generate a tool that gave a list that users could check all that applied, and I couldn't get it to produce that. Is that outside of the current capabilities? Okay, so you were trying to get it to display a list of check boxes. Now, that's a very good question. As far as I know, I have not made any tools myself that I've embedded on my website that include the checklist option, but I know that that is something that we do offer. So it should function here for you, Jessica. It should function as a checklist, and then it allows people to check something off, you know, example. It offers a checklist, right? Let's see. Oh, this is interesting. Maybe this is a bug. This you might have just identified a bug because I know this is an option that should function appropriately. So we got Andy here. No need to worry, everybody. Andy always saves the day. My co-founder here, Right Blogger, he's amazing. This is something we'll look into. So Jessica, thank you for pointing that out. All right, let's keep rolling. Andrea runs a health and wellness blog for women over 50. That's awesome. That's nice and specific. That gives us a lot to work with. And I had a question I can knock out together with this one for you as well, Andrea. Olivia asked something really specific here in the chat. She asked, can you show us how to do keyword research again and what to look for within keyword research. So, Olivia, we're going to answer your question together with Andrea's example here of health and wellness for women over 50. Now, when we're coming up with tool ideas for women over 50, I'm not a woman over 50 myself. So I'm going to say, let's outsource this one to the tool idea generator. Tool topic, women over 50, health and wellness for women over 50. Now, Andrea, you could also input your site's URL here, and we're going to scrape your URL and come up with some more personalized suggestions based on the topics, the themes you create. But let's just run this through really quickly here and see if we get something interesting. I want to pull this over, do some keyword research, knock out Olivia's question as well. But here we go. Personalized daily wellness tips generator. I mean, this is so awesome. I like this a lot too because you could create a newsletter around this. This could be a whole thing for you. You could have a tool that generates personalized daily wellness tips for your audience. And again, the thing that's so cool about using AI to build your lead magnets is that you get as specific as you want with the tool behind the scenes in the prompting, in the details of what exactly it is you're asking people to put in and how you're developing those replies. So you can get super specific. And what I really like about this too is you could create a welcome email series that perhaps gives people 30 days of wellness tips to get them started. And then after those first 30 days, maybe they use the tool, or maybe it's the tool they use first that they discover your site. And that's what brings them to you. And then you've got, hey, my call to action is sign up for my 30-day health and wellness, email newsletter course or something. And it gives people one actionable thing to do every single day. I like that. That to me is kind of a no-brainer. Symptom checker and advice. I tend to recommend staying away from medical related stuff unless you have experience in that field yourself. But the reason I'd recommend staying away from it is that we all know AI is not the most reliable doctor on the internet. We've seen the mistakes that it can often make. So I personally would tend to stay away from tools that play with diagnosing or giving health related advice from that perspective. But this is pretty cool. Mood and stress journal prompt creator. Wow. Healthy recipe suggestion tool. Another good one. Honestly, we have quite a lot of good suggestions here. Hydration reminder customer. I don't know what that one does. Mindfulness exercise, health goal planner. Okay, a lot of good stuff here. But I want to zoom in on one. I think this is a really good one. This one to me jumps out. This is another one I really like, the personalized daily wellness tips, but I think this is more actionable. This is more interesting to me. And this, the mood and stress journal prompt creator, this to me catches someone also at a point where they feel like they just need some help. And so the more closely you can connect what your lead magnet, what your tool does for people to a real struggle they're having. Like the more like connected that is, those two things, the better it's gonna be, both in terms of how you can help a real other person on the other side of the screen and like you're gonna see there's more SEO opportunities too. So let's run with this idea and then Olivia, we're going to walk through how to do the keyword research. So, mood and stress journal prompt creator. So, the idea here is that users describe how they're feeling. The tool generates a reflective journal prompt to support their wellness and mindfulness. This is pretty cool. I like this. This is a great use case for AI. So, before we run with making the tool, let's really just do a little bit of keyword research and make sure that we refine how we are talking about this tool, what it's called, the description and whatnot. We're going to come over to the keyword research tool here inside WriteBlogger. And we want to just basically make sure that, yes, real people are searching for help here. And we want to work with something pretty simple. So I wouldn't type into keyword research mood and stress journal prompt creator. I'd probably start with kind of the seed keyword phrase. Think about it in terms of what the person, the user is searching for. They're not typing in mood and stress journal prompt creator. That's not something I would ever search as a user on the internet. But what I would search is stress journal prompts. That's something I'd stressed, or I'd search, or I'd search for like mood boosting journal prompts. Those are two alternative approaches here. But let's just say stress journal prompts. I'm going to click submit. You can toggle this if you're located outside the US, you want to do different languages, you've got options here. But as we can see here, we get some results. This is awesome. And seeing that there's a cost per click value assigned is another positive signal that, okay, people are paying to display ads on this term. You're basically confirming that the traffic is worth something financially on Google. Just validates, okay, this is probably a really good topic to run with. Journal prompts for stress. This looks like this one has the most estimated volume here. Again, taking all this with a grain of salt, these are estimates. I find that keyword tools often underreport how much monthly search volume is going on. So something that's 70 or 50, you can probably expect is in the low hundreds of monthly searches, probably a couple hundred, few hundred, something like that. But I like this journal prompts for stress, journal prompts for stress relief, journal prompts for stress and anxiety. These are all very similar sentiments. And so I'd be thinking journal prompts for stress. This is the main keyword phrase I'd go after if you called your tool journal prompt generator for stress. That's an interesting way to approach it. We're going to play with that now. So I'm just going to copy that and we're going to come back over to Tool Studio and we're going to build this tool real quick together. So let's hit the add new tool. Andrea, this is what you're going to want to do. Create a tool that generates a personalized journal prompt for stress and anxiety relief based on user inputs like their current mood and what challenge they're navigating. You can be pretty narrative with this. There's no wrong way to describe it. As long as you give the AI in Tool Studio a rough idea of what you want your tool to do, it's going to do a pretty good job at your first draft. And then again, come through, make your edits now. This one's pretty basic. We can see current mood, overwhelmed, anxious, stressed. Okay, I don't know about a drop down for this. Maybe that's the right approach, but you probably want to have like a field that says other, and then that allows them to type in their mood too. Or you could just have this be a text field with some suggestions for what their mood is. But I don't want to really, if this was my tool, I wouldn't want to force people to put their mood into a box. I'd want them to be pretty personally descriptive about it. So I'd probably pop in here, I'd change this one to something like text, and then they can type it in here. That's how I'd approach this tool. I'd offer some, descriptions here that pre-populate, that give people ideas, gives them some examples, and then what their current challenge is. So not bad. I want to see what this looks like from an SEO perspective. Over here on the tool, let's toggle on the heading, the description. Now, get a personalized journal prompt for stress and anxiety relief. That's a pretty good title for a tool. I don't know if that's SEO optimized though. Let's see what the page content tab generates here. Personalized journal prompt generator. We're probably going to want to tune that up. I'm going to say what I would call this from an SEO perspective, coming back to the keyword research we did, would be stress relief journal prompt generator. That's what I'd call this tool. And looks like the meta description did a better job here on the first pass. Struggling with stress or anxiety, instantly get a personalized stress relief journal prompt tailored to your mood and challenge. Start the journey to relief now. So again, use these AI tools as first drafts here. Make sure this copy, we've got stress and anxiety here in the header for this, which is pretty solid. But use this as a starting point. This is, again, designed to help you save time in order to get this tool live, get it published on your site, and bringing in some leads for you. So let's pop back to our chat, and I want to make sure that we get everyone's questions here covered. Tony, Tony chiming in. Guitar practice schedule would be a great tool, Steve. I think Steve agrees. Okay, cool. Tony, you also said blood stock. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe that's related to horses. I think that's related to our horses conversation from earlier. I love this, guys. Oh, this is awesome seeing Olivia, Jessica, y'all connect here in the chat. Okay. Cool. Jessica, I see you focus on content and SEO. I'm glad we kind of narrowed in on that. I hope those suggestions were helpful. But if you do want some more suggestions, I'm super happy to help you guys. I'm going to drop the link to our Right Blogger Discord chat room here in the chat. Um, rightblogger.com. I think I spelled that right. Slash Discord. So, any and all of y'all watching, if you want to join our free Discord group, come hang out, come ask me questions about tools, anything that you have questions about related to AI, marketing, content, SEO. This is my world. I love hanging out with you guys. This is what I do. So, if you want some follow ups or you want to just ask me privately for some ideas, you can definitely do that here too. Um, Tony, thank you for the love, my friend. I just made one for my composting website. Yes, that's a great niche. I love that. Um, cool. Okay, that's going to be it for today, y'all. Let me stop sharing my screen. I'll send you guys all off for your evenings, for your mornings, for your afternoons, wherever you are in the world. I want to say thank you. I super appreciate you taking the time to be here with me. And if you have any questions about getting the most out of Tool Studio, building lead magnets with I am your best friend for this stuff. So feel free to hit me up personally anytime. I'll be hanging out in the Right Blogger Discord all the freaking time. So come join us there. And again, please make the most use you can out of Right Blogger's Tool Studio. You can build tools for free using our free plan and get a hang of what this is going to be able to do for you. And then when you're ready to actually embed them and activate them on your site so that they can produce results for your users, they can drive the traffic, they can convert people to join your email list or click a button to go and do something else on your site with you. That will require the Pro Plan membership, which is just $29 a month. And when you join Pro, you can also book a call with me. We'll chat one on one. We'll do a strategy call. I'll dive into your business with you, talk about ways that you can use AI, things that you can tune up. I'll make suggestions. I've been doing this stuff for 15 years. This is my world, and it would be my pleasure to chat with you. So I invite y'all to come join Right Blogger Pro. But in the meantime, have fun with this stuff and come join the Right Blogger Discord at rightblogger.com/discord. Be sure to subscribe to the Right Blogger YouTube channel. We're going to be doing live streams more regularly here because I have a lot of fun doing this and I super appreciate y'all participating with me here today. So with that, I will leave you and I will see you soon. Adios.